from Birmingham, Alabama. I go to Crescent Ridge Church of Christ. If you have your Bibles with you, please turn to Romans chapter 10. While we're turning to Romans chapter 10, when we're turning to that passage of Scripture, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to be your speaker this evening. Romans chapter 10, verse 17. So then faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. Misunderstanding is a common thing. People often misunderstand other people. It's so common, in fact, that you can misunderstand something that someone said or someone put down. However, there is no room for misunderstanding when you're talking about the Word of God. God has conveyed His thoughts to us through the inspired writers of the Bible. And the Scriptures teach us in 1 Corinthians 2, verse 16, the mind of man cannot be known without the man revealing what's on his mind. Even goes as far as to say, Paul goes on to say, even so no one knows the things of God except the Spirit of God. And through the Spirit we might know things that have been freely given to us by God. His words. What God says is not open to interpretation, some may claim. It is important for us to hear God. John 8:32. And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. My aim with this short study is to bring about a better understanding of what hearing is and our duties to it. What is hearing? Jesus exhorted those that heard his preachings to hear him. They undoubtedly heard his words. They still required to hear his words, to understand his words. For instance, he said, "He that has an ear, let him hear," in Matthew 13:9-43. This obviously shows that there's more to these short parables than simple short stories. On one occasion, he said, "You have heard 5 times in the book of Matthew, chapter 5. The listeners definitely heard his words, and the things that were taught to them that day. But they hadn't really heard the message of God. Not everyone that heard his word, not everyone that heard the words of Jesus took them to heart. On one occasion, Jesus taught a particularly hard teaching. And the people said, "Who can understand it?" Or, as the King James puts it, "Who can hear it?" in John 6:60. The obvious conclusion is that hearing involves more than picking up an audible noise. It means that hearing involves receiving and bringing forth fruit, as is the case in Mark 4:20. These are those sown on good ground, and those who heard the word and accepted it, and bear forth fruit, some 30-fold, some 60, some 100. Hearing means listening with intent, to give an audience to. It means more than picking up a noise. It means to give your undivided attention. The idea of hearing comes to understanding, to dwell upon it, to dissect it, consider its applications. Thayer says that hearing is the idea of learning in Matthew 10:27, and to receive in John 8 and 43. One at a time. The necessary part of hearing is to realize that Jesus is the Christ and He is Master, and He's the Master Teacher. We do not want to be like the first century Jews who were hearing His words but refused refuse to obey. In conclusion,